Story time. Today I took the Mustang out and was just taking it for a rip, driving it once a week as I always do, and I did a pull down the highway, legal speeds of course, and next thing I knew, the hood flew up, and it didn't just like fly up, it like slammed up. Like one instant it was down and the next instant it was up. Like I didn't even have any warning or anything, just slam, and it was like getting hit by Thor's hammer. It was so loud, and unfortunately it kind of did a lot of damage. Let me show you what I mean. As you can see, the car is whacked up pretty good. The windshield I actually don't care about at all because it was already cracked and I was going to get it replaced anyway, so I'm actually kind of surprised that this happened before I did it, because my normal luck would be for that to happen after. Now the hood I'm not that worried about either. The fenders are fine. These little things here are bent up a little bit, but to be honest with you, I don't actually care about that at all. What is kind of a bummer is the roof, because that's possibly going to be a hard thing to fix. I actually got in the car and started pushing it up a little bit, and it seemed to be kind of sort of working. So I'm actually going to get back in the car and see, just by like laying back and pushing up on the roof with my feet, how much of this damage I can fix. I'm actually not that worried about it. Also, this paint appears to be stripping the paint all the way down to the metal of the roof. So I'm not sure what that says about my painting abilities. Apparently it bonded to the previous paint coat pretty well, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna see if I can get this roof pushed back out. And the hood, like I said, I'm not that worried about. I'll just drive a no hood for a while and then find another one. I'm not actually upset about this that much at all, because I think the roof I can probably push back out. I'm not that worried about it. And aside from that, like obviously I've already bastardized this car up enough that nobody would ever pay much money for it, because I'm making it mine. So on top of that, I've told you guys that I want to drift it this year, and having already some damage on it like that is going to make me feel much better when I slide into a wall or something like that. So it's really not that bad. The car still runs and drives. Like as far as damage goes, it's probably one of the better things that could have happened, I would say. But enough of that. I'm going to get after it, trying to push this roof back out and see how she goes. And then on top of all that, like if I can never get the car to a point where I'm happy with it, I can always just buy another Fox body and swap everything into it. These Fox bodies are a dime a dozen around here, especially rollers, because people take them and make drag cars out of them. So yeah, that's one good thing about working with this chassis. So let's see what I can do with this roof. Oh, and you'd probably be wondering the reason. Let me see if I can get a light on. The reason for this catastrophe is not just one, but both hood pins literally snapped off. So that's kind of amazing. I reckon what probably happened is one probably came off, and as soon as you get a little bit of air under the hood going at highway speeds, it probably didn't take much at all to rip this other one off. And the only reason that I actually even have hood pins is because the hood latch broke, and I just figured these would be easier. So I don't know. I guess buy expensive hood pins, kids. These weren't that cheap. You know, they were what I would consider middle of the road, but I guess I should have gone for a different style or higher end ones. I don't know, but it's okay. We'll get it figured out. Let's see. Got my seat leaned down all the way. Lay back. I'm gonna see the dents. I'm just start trying to push stuff out. You can hear it popping. Let's go to town on this thing. I might have to get after it with a mallet. One thing that bugs me a bit is this bar up here obviously got whacked real nice, but I reckon, hell, that was easy. I reckon I'm gonna get after it with a mallet and a block of wood, and we'll have that back in shape in no time. And it looks like the shape of where the windshield goes is actually held its shape, so I should be able to get a new windshield. Like I said, I needed one anyway, so I'm really not upset about the windshield at all, and that's what actually took the most damage, so that's pretty good. But I'm gonna get back to work on this and I'll show you how it comes out. So it's not perfect, but the car never was perfect, at least in my possession. And I pretty much bastardized it far beyond any state that anybody else would ever want it in. So the roof is actually fixed enough for me. I'll try and put it like a before and after picture on the screen here so you can see. But it looks a whole lot better. Like, let me show you. Before it was like dented all in and like didn't look like a roof at all. And like, yeah, it looks like it had hail from hell damage it, but it looks like a roof and it has its shape. And the most important thing is it retained this line for the windshield, so I'll be able to get a new windshield and still drive it on the street. So that's pretty cool, and that was a free fix. And obviously I'm gonna have to get the windshield replaced, but I had a crack in that windshield and was gonna get it replaced anyway, so I'm not upset about that. Other than that, the hood is definitely a loss. Here in a few months I'll have to do inspection on the thing, and that hood not closed. I could actually probably pound it out and use it if I had to, but I was looking up the law and apparently you don't have to have a hood to drive the car in Texas. So I'll probably just be about the no hood life. I'll probably just throw a tarp in the car for any time that it might rain, and the car stays in the garage when it's at home. So I kind of like driving a car with no hood anyways, and I kind of have PTSD about this hood smashing the windshield, so probably gonna be about the no hood life for a while and just keep an eye out for a fiberglass one or something like that. So yeah, all in all this cost me was just the price of a new windshield, which I needed anyways, so not too bad at all things considered. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish popping this hood off, and then I'll probably take the hammer or mallet to it and see if I can bend it back out a little bit so I could use it if I had to, and then I'll probably just store it in the corner of the yard because destroy it. It's never gonna look pretty again. Not this hood, so that's okay. So today I'm gonna do something that I've been putting off for a long time, and that is putting a muffler on the Mustang here. So as you can see, I am still waiting on a new windshield. The guy's coming to fix that tomorrow, and today I don't really have anything else to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the muffler on, and I'm gonna get under the car and show you how I'm gonna do it. My original idea was to put the muffler back here, like somewhere between the bash bar and the back of the car, but the muffler is a little bit too big, and I just don't see a reason why to do that other than it looks kind of neat, but it really doesn't look that neat. So what I'm going to do instead, there's the muffler right there. What I'm going to do instead, let me get the light on, is I'm going to put it up here in the spot that's like perfectly made for it. See if I can get up there with one hand. Look at that. Now it's not any lower than the rest of the car. The exhaust is basically pointed at nothing. And then I have a straight shot to get to the muffler there. So I just need to make a pipe that goes there, and that's a V-band. So I'll just make a V-band clamp, and yeah, it'll just go right there. And then there's an exhaust hanger literally right here. So I'm just gonna make a hanger doodle and hang it on that exhaust, and between the support from that pipe and that hanger, that should be enough, and I'll be able to drive this thing. Oops. And at that point I'll be able to drive this thing on the street without feeling I'm gonna get arrested every time I drive by a cop, so that'll be good. And then once I get the windshield, I'll be completely legal and safe to drive this thing again. So alright, so after a whole lot of cuts and measuring and tack welding and test fitting, I finally got a version of this that is going to fit perfectly, and everything is just tack welded for now. So I'm about to lay down proper beads, and then I'm going to bolt it up to the car, and then we'll see how it sounds. And I'll show you guys a nice before and after, because everybody likes that on an exhaust video. Got this thing welded up all nice and ugly. Alright, so we got it on. It looks good. I'm liking how it looks. Alright, we got the thing on there. Looks half decent. We're gonna see how it sounds. You'll have to push the clutch in all the way. Which one's the clutch? Far left. That's. There you have it. Okay, now let off the clutch and give it a little bit of gas. hopefully you can hear, I'll play a before and after clip. Hopefully you can hear that it sounds a whole lot better, and it still sounds good and it still sounds loud, but it's not like ear-piercingly like pull me over and arrest me and confiscate the car loud. So hopefully that keeps me from attracting too much attention while still sounding good. Now I've just got the battery charger charging up the battery because it's kind of low. I was having trouble starting it a couple of those times. Basically that's all I had to do to the car today. Like I've said, the windshield guy is coming to fix the windshield. The roof I've already pounded back out as much as I care to. Yeah, it still looks like it had mad hail damage, but I don't really care. You know, it kind of suits the rest of the car, to be honest. And it's going to be a drift car, so it's going to take more damage. So yeah, once I get that new windshield, I can start driving it on the street again. And even though it's only been a week, I feel like it's been forever. I really like driving this car, so that's it. Throw it down in the comments if you know of any hoods, Dallas area for sale that are pretty cheap. So. Alright, so I charged up the battery and vacuumed up some of the glass while I've got these tools out. And now I'm going to set it on the ground and see how low that new exhaust is. So hopefully not too close to the ground. Alright, got the car on the ground, and to be honest with you, the exhaust is a bit lower than I would prefer, but it's not really any lower than the downpipe is up here. So if that survived till now, then this should be no problem. So I guess it'll have to do, and I'm going to get in the car and see how it sounds from the inside because I haven't done that yet. Wow. Like, it's not even loud anymore. I mean, it is loud, but it's literally so much more quiet than it was. Like, I would not feel bad about driving this around like late at night anymore, or early in the morning, and not have to worry about getting pulled over every time I drive by a cop just on account of noise. So it's definitely an improvement, and it definitely still sounds good when I get on it. So I'm gonna call this a win. So the windshield guy is supposed to show up in 30 minutes, fix the windshield, and then we'll have a legal car again. So as you can see, got that fresh windshield in. The camera doesn't really do it justice, but it's that super nice, clear, glassy windshield, you know, when you have a brand new one. Even when you buy a car from the dealership, the windshield doesn't look this good. It's like, it doesn't stay that good for long, but I'm enjoying it while it is. I already took the thing for a test drive. Everything's perfect, windshield's perfect. No hood, so I don't have to worry about that flopping up in my face. I'll probably get one sometime, but for now I'm not worried about it. And so 1 week later, the issue is completely resolved for just the price of a windshield. I'm happy with it, so now it's time to move on to something else. Appreciate you guys watching, and see you in the next one.